In 1992, the BBC filmed a live news investigation into a family who believes their house is haunted, but the TV experiment soon proves to be more than just harmless entertainment. Now having finally been released on Blu-ray, this film will hopefully go on to be seen by more and more people, as this pseudo-documentary, which started off unconvincing at first, slowly became more and more engrossing and chilling, until eventually, it became one of the best horror films I'd ever seen. The entire cast plays the film straight and lowers your guard for a rudimentary spooky news special designed for ratings, but the more you pay attention, the more you begin to spot the paranormal occurrences happening in plain sight. If you're along for the ride, the movie reaches frightening heights capable of making you hide behind the couch. This made-for-TV special became famous for terrifying an entire generation of viewers who were convinced that what was happening was real. The BBC received over 30,000 distressed phone calls, and the film would soon face a judicial review after teens' parents blamed the movie for their son's suicide. Thus, the film never aired on the BBC again. The scariest scene for me comes when we hear the chilling backstory of the malicious ghost that haunts their house.
Hello, your name is?
I don't want to give my name, but I think I have some information for you about the history of the house.
Well, what do you know about it?
Well, we've been into all that. We've got the deeds and searches going back to the year it was built, and the history of the site as far as the Doomsday Book and the ley lines.
Do you know Mr. and Mrs. Sellers?
Yes, they're on our list of tenants. They lived there in the 60s, I think.
Did you know they sublet a room?
No, I didn't know that.
Being illegal, it wouldn't be on the official records. The lodger was their nephew, Raymond Tunstall.
How do you know him? Why are you calling, sir?
I worked as a social worker when he came out of psychiatric hospital. He had several convictions for molestation, aggravated abuse, abduction of minors. He should never have been let anywhere near any community. He was a very disturbed man, in my opinion.
In what way?
From the time he moved to Foxhill Drive, he developed paranoid fantasies. He used to tell me there was a woman on the inside of his body, taking over his thoughts and actions, making him do things he didn't want to do. He started to wear dresses. The delusions got so bad, there was only one way to escape them. He took his own life. That's why I called. When I was sitting here watching the TV and...
Hello? Are you still there? If you are, please go on. Hello?
Tunstall hanged himself. He tied wire around his neck to a lathe and switched it on. Did it where he kept his tools, under the stairs. His aunt and uncle were on holiday. It was 12 days before anybody found him. They heard the cats screaming. He had about a dozen cats. The cats were locked in, of course. And of course, 12 days, they got hungry. They got to work on his face.
College student Sarah tries to form a new life in Los Angeles as she snags a cozy apartment in a welcoming community. However, she soon realizes that all the smiling faces are not what they seem. From start to finish, this movie is grounded in relatable domestic fear, posing the question, what would you do if your apartment complex was a brainwashed prison where the only way to survive is to comply? It's a story that makes you suffer with the main character as you watch Sarah internally struggle against the shock of her newfound imprisonment. One bedroom not only taps into the worst of paranoid fears, but preys upon feelings of insecurity and loneliness that one could easily adopt when moving to a big city. It ultimately makes you think twice before saying hi to your next-door neighbors. The scariest moment is when Sarah is forced to endure her torture for the first time.
Face the wall. Put your hands on the wall. Step back. Further. Further. Look at the wall. This is a stress position. It's designed to be painful. In a few minutes, it'll start to hurt. In an hour, it'll seem unbearable. When those lights are on, you do not move, no matter what. When they turn off, you can rest. And you see that up there? We'll be watching you.
It's for your own good. Someday you'll understand. And you'll thank me.
My fucking life.
There's a certain sound always follows me around. When you're close to me, you will hear it. Music fills my soul now. I've lost all control now. I'm not happy with your love.
How are you holding up, dear?
What is this?
Jerry said that you needed a friend. His process isn't a lot of fun. But if I got through it, anyone can.
You?
Well, of course, everyone here started exactly where you are right now.
Edie, this is crazy.
No, it isn't, Missy. Crazy is hiding an animal where it doesn't belong with no regard for your neighbors. Crazy is poisoning yourself with alcohol and pills to forget your loneliness. Crazy is throwing away your only family for a selfish fantasy. It's not crazy. It's science. Jerry knows exactly how to fix bad conditioning. You've got to stop fighting. You're just making it worse. It's science. A selfish fantasy. Selfish fantasy. Jerry knows exactly how to fix bad conditioning. Poor baby. The sooner you give up, the sooner you'll be free.
The light is still on.
Please, I can't do this anymore. Please, I just want it to be over.
We can end it right now.
Oh no, please, no.
I thought you wanted it to be over. Since you won't stay put on your own, we're gonna help you.
Put your hand back.
Oh no. No, please, I promise
Put it
I'll be good.
back.
No, please. Please, I just want to go home.
This is your home.
Based on the novella by Stephen King, a group of terrified people take refuge in a supermarket as a foreboding mist envelops their town, unsuspecting of the horrors that lie within. This movie never fails to elicit a grittily emotional response from the people I show it to. Not only can you easily put yourself into the situation, but the focus on the degradation of human decency as the fear of death and survival prevails raises your anxiety by 1,000,000%. Whether it's the ignorance of male machismo, the personal grudges of next-door neighbors, or the sickening social disconnect of the religious fanatic Mrs. Carmody, the crazed hysteria that these people reach as the story continues becomes a timeless reflection of our own society, especially within the past few years. It's a testament to King's writing and Frank Darabont's direction and ability to adapt King's work for the screen. The scariest moment for me, and this film is filled with plenty, comes when the survivors learn that the military was responsible for opening a rift to another dimension that caused these unspeakable horrors to enter their world.
It was them! It was them what done it to us! It was them what brought down the final wrath upon us! Those two Peckerwoods that he's been with this whole time, they hung themselves in the back because they knew. They knew it all along.
No, he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's...
Get on your knees! They heard it too. They heard it too, didn't you, all of you? All about the Arrowhead Project and all that secret shit up on the mountain. That's what brung it down on us. That's what brung down the wrath of God.
Oh. Private Jessup.
It wasn't me. I'm stationed up there. I'm not responsible.
Bullshit.
Hell, I'm a local. Most of you people know me, honey.
You! Stop your chicken shit whining, or I will cut your puling tongue out. Now you tell us. Tell us.
Look, okay. I heard stuff.
Stuff.
Yes, we all heard stuff.
Yeah?
Like, how they thought that there were other dimensions, you know, other worlds all around us, and how they wanted to try and make a window, you know, so they could look through and see what's on the other side.
Well, maybe your window turned out to be a door, didn't it?
Not mine, those scientists!
Oh, the scientists.
Yes, the scientists.
Yes, the
It wasn't
scientists.
me. They must have ripped a hole open by accident. This other world came spilling through to ours. That's what Donaldson was saying to me right before he killed himself. I didn't understand the half of it. It ain't my fault.
Oh. Ain't his fault. No. Ain't nothing ever anybody's fault. But he denies it. He points the finger. This Judas in our midst.
Judas! Damn it!
You. Don't you know by now? Don't you know the truth? We are being punished. For what? For going against the will of God. For going against his forbidden rules of old. Walking on the moon. Yes. Or splitting his atoms. Or stem cells and abortions. And destroying the secrets of life that only God above has any right to. Yes, I know. It is true. But now we are being punished. The judgment is being brought down upon us. The fiends of hell, you see, they are let loose. And Star Wormwood blazes. No. And it is his fault. Yes,
No.
it is your fault.
No. It is not my fault.
They did it. They spit in the eye of the Almighty.
Yes, it is.
No! Get over here! No! Judas!
The beast will leave us alone tonight. Tomorrow we'll just have to wait and see.
Vietnam veteran Jacob Singer finds his everyday life haunted by visions of disturbing horrors and creatures that make him begin to lose his grip on reality. A movie that only got better the more and more I thought about it. Jacob's Ladder is a disorienting horror tale about your average man trapped in a never-ending nightmarish cycle of doubt, paranoia, and terror. A world where you can't trust what's in front of your eyes, and even your closest friends can become unrecognizable monstrosities. Not only is it a horror story that works on its own, but is also a unique parable for veterans of the Vietnam War, where their heroism has long been forgotten, and any hope of getting personal help for their inner demons is ignored. The horror of Jacob's Ladder would be in the revelation that hope is hell's final torment, that life is a dream that ends over and over with the final truth, that life was never real, that we are all creatures trapped in eternal suffering and damnation. Tim Robbins gives an unforgettable performance and is one of the best examples of the average Joe protagonist in a hopeless situation, a blend of Harry Mason and James Sunderland for any Silent Hill fans watching. What I consider the scariest moment from this incredible film is when Jacob is forced into a bathtub of cold water to help with a fever that he doesn't feel. Unfortunately, due to YouTube's copyright system, I am unable to show the scene without the video being blocked worldwide. If you'd like to watch the entire scene, you can download this full episode from the description box. A TV reporter follows a fire crew on a routine job into an apartment complex and finds herself quarantined inside with a terrifying viral outbreak. I'm always immensely impressed by found footage films that create the illusion that everything is happening in real time with no cuts. The amount of time that must go into rehearsal, blocking, and staging in order to pull off a convincing story, let alone a horror scenario, has to be intense, and Rec pulls it off perfectly. It's a story where there are no heroes, no signs of hope, and just gets worse and worse as we witness these everyday people try to survive this nightmare. The camera work, lack of music, and performances are what sell it, and the scariest example of this comes when the survivors realize that one of their own may have already been infected the whole time.
¿Qué cojones está pasando en este edificio?
¿Sabe que no estoy autorizado para dar esto?
¡Una mierda! Acabo de masacrar en la cabeza a un policía que trataba de mordernos, joder. ¡Se acabó! Cuéntenos ahora mismo todo lo que sepa. ¿Me ha entendido?
Está bien, está bien. Ayer recibimos un aviso de un veterinario a que le había llegado un perro afectado por una infección desconocida. El animal entró en coma y a los pocos minutos revivió con una agresividad fuera de lo común, atacando a los demás animales de la clínica. Tuvimos que calmarlo con varios calmantes y luego sacrificarlo. Seguimos el chip reglamentario y nos llegó a este edificio.
Un momento. ¿El perro se llamaba Max?
Sí.
¿Tiene anginas?
¡Una mierda! Tranquila, señora. Solo tenemos que asegurarnos. Tranquila. Tranquilícese.
La niña solo tiene anginas.
Creemos que el foco de infección puede ser el perro y que se transmite a través de la saliva. Si eso es así...
¡Las esposas! ¡Saca las esposas! ¡Cógela, cógela!
Tranquila.
Su padre que está enfermo en el tercero derecha, en la cama.
No he hecho nada. ¿Cómo no podemos tener aquí infectados cuantos por ahí? Se le dimos órdenes específicas a bajar a todos aquí abajo.
No teníamos ni idea. Pensábamos que todos estaban aquí, joder.
Tomen esto, suben a buscar a la niña, inyéctenle esto y bájenle rápido. Tienen que estar todos aquí. ¡Vente, vamos!
¡Yo me quedo! ¡Grábalo todo! ¡Tengo el teléfono de la niña!
Vale.
¡No, ten cuidado!
After her mother passes away, Annie Graham's relationship with her family slowly unravels amidst the discovery of past secrets and terrifying revelations. This movie perfectly captures one of the core elements of what makes the horror genre so effective and meaningful, when you take relatable human issues and use the filmmaking medium to express, analyze, or overcome them, to give us a tangible horror in order to help us face the unthinkable horror of reality. The experiences of grief, trauma, and resentment are exquisitely portrayed in their natural form, and eventually take shape into nightmares of everyday life. Scenes will remain solitarily in one place, forcing you to share in a character's agonizing burden, or making you wait until the inevitable tension of unspoken family malice becomes too much. Hereditary horrifyingly explores the effects of mental and emotional abuse parents can inflict upon their offspring, how that trauma can poison an individual for life, and what happens to the next generation of children who desperately try to make sense of their crumbling home. It's a film that personally cuts incredibly deep, and was quite therapeutic in a way only horror knows how. Amongst the many scenes that have long been discussed from the film, the one that I have to pick is when Annie speaks to her son about their relationship.
Mom, what are you doing? What's going on? You were sleepwalking.
I'm sorry. Is Charlie here?
Why are you scared of me?
What? I never wanted to be your mother.
Why?
I was scared. I didn't feel like a mother. But she pressured me.
Then why did you have me?
It wasn't my fault. I tried to stop it.
How?
I tried to have a miscarriage.
How?
However I could. I did everything they told me not to do, but it didn't work. I'm happy it didn't work.
You tried to kill me.
I love you.
Why did you try to kill me?
I did. I was trying to save you.
Why did you try to kill me?
In the 1800s, a senior lighthouse keeper and his apprentice worked together to service a foreboding lighthouse on a remote island, where they must face the horrors of isolation and themselves. Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson give performances of a lifetime in this folk horror tale from the witch director Robert Eggers, and co-written by his brother Max. This is my personal favorite of his work so far, as it fully engrosses you in this black and white fable of insanity and dark comedy. The dialogue and atmosphere feel like they've been directly sourced from a soul-written sailor's diary. Not surprising, as Robert and Max's screenplay were heavily influenced by the writings of 19th century authors who focused on maritime characters and settings. The perfect lighting and sound design especially immerses you in a world of seaside terror, as you're surrounded on all sides by the crashing waves, rushing wind, and ever-present cyclical lighthouse, all the while bearing witness to the increasing madness shared by these two men, trapped in this bleak yet harmless setting. The film really is a work of art, and I consider it one of the best modern horror films. The scariest scene for me is when the award-worthy Willem Dafoe delivers his incredible monologue.
I want steak! I want a goddamn steak!
If I had a steak, oh boy, a rare, a bloody steak. If I had a steak, I would fuck it.
You don't like me cooking?
Oh, don't be such an old bitch!
You're drunk. You don't know what you're talking.
How can I possibly like the horse shit you fix us for supper?
You're drunk. You won't be saying that.
Kitchen shanty cooks.
Oh,
It was fried donuts 3
You're
times
drunk.
a day.
You're
Country
drunk.
hand bigger
You're
than your
drunk.
food. I'm drunk.
You heard me.
Be drunk.
Damn ye.
Drunk since I first laid eyes on you.
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you?
Drunken in a Virginia fence.
I seen it. You're fond of me lobster. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I don't have to say nothing.
Damn ye! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow. Hark! Hark! Triton! Hark! Bellow! Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam, to smother this young mouth with pungent slime. To choke ye, engorging your organs till ye turn blue and bloated with bilge and brine and can scream no more. Only when he, crowned in cockle shells, with slithering tentacled tail and steaming beard, take up his fell befinned arm. His coral-tined trident screeches banshee-like in the tempest, and plunges right through your gullet, bursting ye, a bulging bladder no more, but a blasted bloody film now, a nothing for the harpies and the souls of dead sailors to pick and claw and feed upon, only to be lapped up and swallowed by the infinite waters of the dread Emperor himself. Forgotten to any man, to any time, forgotten to any god or devil, forgotten even to the sea. For any stuff or part of Winslow, even any scantling of your soul, is Winslow no more, but is now itself the sea.
All right, have it your way. I like your cooking.
Seven years after the events of Halloween 2, Michael Myers awakens to once again wreak havoc on the town of Haddonfield as he targets his only living relative, his niece Jamie Lloyd. As I said in a previous episode, Halloween 4 and 5 were my back-to-back introduction to the Halloween series and traumatized me for life. With Michael pursuing his 7-year-old niece instead of teens and adults, the terror increases tenfold, and she quickly became my relatable conduit for facing an unstoppable monster with an unmoving face that haunted my nightmares. Although 5 doesn't hold up for me after all these years, 4 still does in spades, as I consider it the best of the series. Even the mask, which fans have complained about for its boring appearance, is still frightening for me. Danielle Harris still brings me to tears as she's relentlessly pursued by her uncle for seemingly no reason. This sweet little girl who only wants double scoop ice cream and trick-or-treating just can't catch a break, whether at school or at home. She will always be my personal hero for surviving such a traumatic ordeal. And lastly, Donald Pleasance knocks it out of the park as he, like Michael, endlessly pursues his prey, trying to send Michael to hell where he belongs. It means a lot to see this character, who had a couple of laughs when scaring the local bully in the first film, go on to become this half-crazed protector of Michael's niece, culminating in the scariest scene that scarred me forever.
Michael Myers is in hell, buried where he belongs.
These kids aren't likely to forget.
They've survived this ordeal. They'll survive its memory.
I'm going to take Jamie upstairs. Stay with Rachel. Come on, honey.
two strangers awaken in a derelict bathroom, chained to the wall, and discover a dead body with a gun in one hand and a tape recorder in the other, with a message telling them that one must kill the other in order to escape their prison. Thus is the premise that gave my teenage generation our very own horror masterpiece and annual slasher every Halloween. For better or for worse, the Saw franchise holds a very special place in my heart, which is why we don't talk about Seven, Jigsaw, or Spiral. From Charlie Clouser's unbeatable score, to the vicious editing style that was born from their low budget and lack of film coverage, to the sickly saturated color palette that became more and more engrossing as the series continued. These movies capture a new and budding renaissance of horror from the early 2000s that I grew up with, and it's all thanks to the original, modern masterpiece. It's a prime example of two young indie filmmakers getting their big break despite their production having a budget of less than $1 million and a 3-week shooting schedule. Earning over $100 million worldwide, it stands as an example of how much you can achieve with so very little, which is why none of James Wan's future horror films have beaten his original for me. He knows how to direct, but the amount of flair and polish just doesn't have the same impact. At its core, Saw remains as a morality tale, focusing on the dark side of humanity and how much you're willing to sacrifice in order to save your own life. The concept and premise of being kidnapped and forced to endure a torture scenario to save your life still gives me the creeps and makes me terrified of looking over my shoulder to keep an eye out for someone in a trench coat and pig mask. I also can't gush enough over the score and how Charlie Clouser's unique, spine-tingling instrumentation has been injected into my veins. The creeping strings, the manipulated metallic cadences, guttural guitars, and the unforgettable piano notes. He crafted a theme that stands up there with some of the greats and never fails to give me chills. The scariest scene for me, and one of the ones that puts Saw on the map, is our introduction to Jigsaw's first survivor of his traps.
Amanda, in your own time, tell me the first thing you remember.
I woke up. All I could taste was blood and metal.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose. The device you're wearing is hooked into your upper and lower jaws. When the timer in the back goes off, your mouth will be permanently ripped open. Think of it like a reverse bear trap. Here, I'll show you. There is only one key to open the device. It's in the stomach of your dead cellmate. Look around, Amanda. Know that I'm not lying. You better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice.
And then I saw the body. There was a knife.
He's been injected with an opiate overdose. Couldn't move or feel much of anything.
You mean he was alive?
Was.
What happened after you took it off?
Congratulations, you are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to be alive. But not you. Not anymore.
You are, in fact, a drug addict. Isn't that right, Mandy? Do you think that is why he picked you? Are you grateful, Mandy?
He helped me.